Hello, I'm Nostradamus. Welcome to my channel. I would like now to do a presentation about the possible inner workings of planet Earth. In this video, I'm going to be tying together some recent experimental results, someone else's theories of the inner workings of the planet, and some of my own personal previous research that I've done in the past. And I will also be going over some physical manifestations that we are now seeing on the Earth, which may be due to changes at the Earth's centre. This is a diagram of the Siberian traps, where massive volcanism has happened in the past, an area covering thousands of kilometres. The volcanism, we've got all the basalt as the result of the lava flows, and all the purple area is tuff. Tuff is a type of rock made of volcanic ash ejected from a vent during a volcanic eruption. Following ejection and deposition, the ash is compacted into a solid rock in a process called consolidation. And tuff covers most of the southern half of the Siberian craton. It was in spring of this year that I first got interested in Siberia, when I discovered a hole in the ice in the northwest emitting massive amounts of sulfur dioxide. And so then I started mapping all the earthquakes in Siberia, and as you can see, they mapped out perfectly the edge of the Siberian craton. I've stopped. I was getting the reports of the earthquakes from the back-end seismology page. You can find out all about it in my previous videos. I've covered it quite a lot, and I also witnessed a couple of large emissions of carbon monoxide from these 2 points. Here is the latest data from Null School, and as you can see, the little hole in the ice, the area is now ice-free, is still emitting copious amounts of sulfur dioxide and has been continuously for months on end. But what is interesting is, one of the 2 areas that was emitting lots of carbon monoxide is now emitting massive amounts of carbon dioxide, and this is the exact same spot, and this is not in the area where the fires are. The fires are a little bit more to the east, or you can see the little white specks. This isn't fire, this is coming out of the ground. Well, we're now on world view, and we're looking at the extent of the forest fires today. Just imagine the Siberian craton comes down here to Lake Baikal, goes up and over and around. So all the fires are in the tuff area that I showed you earlier, and the large CO2 emission that I've just reported on is in this area over here. So what's all this got to do with metal plasma and the movements of the Earth's north magnetic pole? Recently, scientists have found a way to turn liquid metal into a plasma by subjecting it to large amounts of pressure, making it ultra dense. Now, who's to say this isn't happening at the centre of the planet, where the liquid iron at high temperatures and massive density and pressure is not converted into a plasma. Plasma is the fourth state of matter. Most people are familiar with the three main states of solid, liquid or gas, which is comprised of atoms. But in a plasma, if it's subjected to high temperatures, and now they found high pressures and densities, the atoms lose their electrons, and the electrons are free to roam. Now, at this point, I feel I must give credit to Dutch Since for helping me connect the dots. He recently posted a video showing some experiments by Mr. Fix-It Rick, and he also shared his own theories on the results of Rick's experiments. I think we're all familiar with a standard plasma ball and its behaviour. The electricity is generated and the electrons fly from the centre to the outside of the glass globe. Now see what happens when the plasma ball is put into a spin. It is Dutch's hypothesis, and I'm totally inclined to agree with him, that a magnetic field is produced and the electrons flow in one straight direction, and presumably would flow in the opposite direction also, were it not for the centre sitting on an electric pole which feeds in the power. Is this process taking place within the centre of planet Earth? This is showing the movement of the Earth's north magnetic pole over the last century or so. I'm going to attempt to explain why I think this is happening. I'd just like you to bear in mind, before I go any further, where its final destination is going to set up shop. This is a recent graphical representation of the Earth's magnetic field anomalies, showing a very strong southern pole, magnetic pole here, and the North Pole, which used to be directly opposite, seems to be splitting into two. And the split seems to be focusing on southern Siberia. So imagine the Earth with this spinning iron plasma core creating the Earth's magnetic field, with the electrons spewing out in bipolar directions, creating the North and the South Pole. And it's been like this since the last pole shift, but something's changing. Now I believe something's caused a disruption to the equilibrium, and rather than just the dipole from the North Pole to the South Pole, we've got a new tendril of electrons flowing out from the Earth's core, right beneath the Siberian craton. Now, this should show that we have two North Poles, but I believe that it's well below the Earth's crust, and the magnetic north is an average between the two. So the North Pole was here, and then this sprung up, popped up, and the magnetic North Pole moved. And it's my belief that this is getting stronger and that this is getting weaker. And as this gets stronger, the average magnetism will pull the observed magnetic North Pole towards here, until eventually this will be dominance and this will be practically gone. But I can't see this persisting in nature, where the poles are at such an angle to each other. So we should start seeing changes in the south magnetic pole soon to compensate for the change in the magnetic north pole. I know everything I've said is just pure conjecture, but it's what I actually believe is happening, and would explain what we are observing. Most of my videos are about climate change and the threat it poses to life on the planet, and I still believe it's too late. But I think all the fires in Siberia have a different cause. I don't think they're due to climate change. I think they're due to something going on in the inner workings of the planet. I'm even starting to think that it was the Maunder minimum back in the 17th century that set off the chain of events that we're seeing now, with the change in the position of the North Magnetic Pole. 300 years sounds like a long time compared to a human lifespan, but compared to the lifespan of the planet, it's just a fleeting moment. And Earth's changes normally take longer than 300 years. So that's what I think anyway. I've got a favour to ask now. I'm only a little channel and I don't get many viewers, but what I do is totally original. All my own hard work. I don't ask for anything. I don't want fame or fortune. If I share with you something that isn't original, then I will give credit to whoever's information that I'm covering. I'm an honest person. I try hard. I want to ask you, When you've watched my video, if you think it's got any scientific credence whatsoever, if you like it, I'm asking you to share the heck out of it. And the only reason being is I'm fed up of other people snatching and stealing what I'm doing and taking the credit for themselves when it's me that's done all the hard work. Some of my regular viewers will have witnessed this happened in the past, and it's so annoying to me to see some other people putting out videos on exactly the unique work that I'm doing just a couple of days later and not giving me any acknowledgement whatsoever. They're taking all the glory. Just say where you got it from. That's all I'm asking. So, anyway, a little bit of courtesy never went amiss, did it? Sorry, I'm going off on a little bit on what was supposed to be a serious scientific report. You definitely won't see any videos like mine anywhere else on YouTube or anywhere else for that matter. I don't think we'll ever be able to fully explain the inner workings of the planet, but I think I've got a fairly good idea, along with a few other people. I really hope you enjoyed my video, and please share, just for me. Go on, please. And I'll see you all again soon. Thank you very much. Bye bye.